Hi everyone, welcome to Year 7 coding. So I just want to quickly run through a couple of things on video for you just so that you guys can have a better understanding of where things are and how to do things. So for the start of the term, we're going to be using Scratch for a little bit, which I really hope a lot of you should have used it before in regards in primary school and that. So I really just wanted to show you quickly what we're gonna how to get there if you haven't used it and how to create an account so that we can start just smashing out some of the real fundamental basics of coding. So if you go to Google and on any of your browsers, so open your browser on your desktop like I just did, whether it's Edge, Chrome, IE, Internet Explorer, or Firefox, and you just type in Scratch, just like that. Hopefully, it probably should be the first one you see. It's scratch.mit.edu because it was made by MIT in America, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And you should get to a home page like this. I really want you guys to actually join and create an account with Scratch because it'll mean that Scratch will store your games that you're making or the code that you're writing, and it'll really make sure you don't lose stuff as easily and stuff like that. And then obviously you just write in a username, an account, and so on. Obviously I can't do that because I already have an account. Once you've got an account, make sure you add an email to it though, because and try to create your username so it's something that you'll remember your name or something you won't forget. You should get a screen like this, and you can press the create button, and it will come up with the basics screen and layout of Scratch, which I'm going to quickly run through very quickly now. Obviously not going to use it a whole lot today, but just so that you guys know that. So in here we have what we call like the game screen. So this is what, if you were making a more complex game on something like Unreal Engine or Unity, this would be the game screen, what the player sees, or what the so where the game actually occurs. Over here is where we put our code. So this is our where we write our scripts of code. Down below here you have the stage and the sprite area. So in the stage, you have a couple of abilities. You can upload a background somewhere from your computer. You can randomly pick a computer, or you can or you can select from the backgrounds that are already here from default. Now the other thing you can do is if you go click on the background that you've selected, you can select backdrops over here and you can actually edit it and duplicate it and stuff like that. But we're not going to go into a lot of detail. Then over here, once again, you have sprites. You have normally when you make a new game, you automatically get the little cat here. You can delete him if you want, and then he goes away. And once again, you have paint where you can draw your own, upload one from your picture, or you can search from their existing database of sprites. And then you have your different types of their block code just here. Once again, sorry, quickly before I forget, is that also just like in the case of the backgrounds, you have costumes. If you've selected the sprite, and you can change it and you can add new costumes for him. But we won't get into a lot of detail. You have motion, which is like movements and going to and all that. You have looks, which are like speaking and changing how something looks, and costumes and whatnot. Sound, which of course there are sounds. Events, these are the really big ones that we'll use a lot at the start. Control, sensing, operations, and variables, which are all going to look at in later detail. But that's the basics, and just make sure that whenever you're making your project, it does auto save, as you can see just there. But it's also a really good habit to get into is just to quickly press save every now and again so that it remembers your project. The other two I want to really quickly show you before we move on is that if you come down here, you can change language. But this one here, save to your computer. This is and load from your computer. If for some reason you're using multiple devices at home, maybe you're using a desktop or a parent's laptop when that's available to you, make sure you save it to your computer and you can put it on a USB and move it on. But also, if I'm asking to see your work, this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to save it to your computer Obviously not open. I will make sure you click save. Might look a little differently depending on your browser. Save it somewhere on your computer and then upload that to Teams, because that's going to be a really important thing that you need to do. So that's just the basics of Scratch.